Hey there guys, how's it going? And welcome to a video where I'm going to be showing you some of the gameplay that's actually been released of the new game, WarZ. In a similar vein to DayZ, this game, I'll go into that in detail. But basically I want to give my opinion on the gameplay that was released and my opinion on the game in general, because there's quite a lot of controversy surrounding this game, and people on YouTube especially, some people are saying that it's a bit of a scam, this whole thing. It is a little bit strange, this game development, I have to say. The people who are developing this game seem to really be trying to go out of their way as much as possible to make a point to say that this is not a copy of DayZ, that they were developing it earlier, and that they didn't get the idea from there, it's their own idea. But there isn't really much evidence to state that other than they say so. And it's also, I find it kind of strange because, you know, there's nothing wrong with creating a zombie MMO, a zombie survival MMO in the same vein as another game. So I don't know why they're going to such lengths to try and disassociate the idea that they're copying or whatever, maybe because they feel it's got less integrity if they do. Anyway, this game is being developed by the same people, more or less, the same company who developed War Inc. Now, War Inc. is actually a game that I played before it came out. Machinima actually gave us an opportunity, and they said to me, would you like to play this game and do a little review on it? I did play the WarZ, had a few games on it. It was okay. The graphics were nothing spectacular, and I think, to be honest, the graphics in WarZ are going to be kind of similar. They don't strike me as anything spectacular, to be honest. But then I am used to, you know, high-end PC graphics and whatever. Now, the WarZ, when a lot of people heard of this, they thought, great, because everyone had just got into DayZ, and now there's an announcement that there's going to be the WarZ, a game in a similar vein to DayZ, but it looked like it was going to be a little more intuitive. Mainly, I suppose, because the idea that DayZ is a mod of a game that was never built to do what DayZ does. So in a way, DayZ is kind of just doing the best it can with the engine available to achieve what it wants. Whereas a lot of people think, well, if a game comes from scratch from the standpoint of, you know, this is what we want to do, zombie survival, you know, MMO, then it will be able to pull it off a lot better. It will be a lot more user-friendly. Now, I have to admit, DayZ's quirks, in a way, and the more realistic simulation aspect of it is what I really, really enjoy about it now. I didn't like it at first, but I enjoy it now. I'm sorry in this gameplay, the guy is looking at the floor so much. I think he really wanted to look at the textures. But anyway, yeah, I actually really enjoy the whole simulation, the way it is a bit quirky. I've just grown to love it. Maybe it's because I've fallen in love with the game, but I also think the whole simulation feel just adds something to that world. Now, after looking at gameplay of this and actually researching into this game a little bit, it doesn't seem like this is going to be a DayZ competitor, in my opinion. If you're someone who loves DayZ for, you know, for what DayZ is, that real simulation style, the great atmosphere, I don't know, I suppose it is military simulation. DayZ, when you look at WarZ, it looks a little bit like Left 4 Dead mixed with DayZ. And for me personally, that's not really a mix that goes. Two totally opposite styles of games. Them marrying together, for me, doesn't make a good game. Apart from the fact that the game actually, in parts, looks really funny, you know. I mean, it is in alpha development, but the gun sounds are horrible, the zombies were a bit weird. And for me, the whole beauty of DayZ is just that real feeling of at any moment you feel like you could die at any moment because someone could be watching you, you know, a bad encounter with a zombie, it's game over, you lose everything from the start. So I'm not actually looking forward to the WarZ that much. I mean, at first it sounded like a great concept, like basically it sounded like they were promising DayZ done better, to be honest. But after playing more DayZ and seeing more of this, I do think that it's just going to be a game that is in a similar vein, but I do not see it competing in any way. I just can't see them nailing what is great about DayZ in this WarZ game. I think they might create a nice game in its own right. Of course, there's always that chance. But from what I've seen of this gameplay and from what I know about the game already, it just looks like a completely different thing. However, that's not to say it's going to be bad whatsoever. There might be someone who's, or like a crowd of people out there who are looking for a game just like this. But in my opinion, I'm a little bit disappointed, a little bit too arcade-ish in my opinion when you look at it, you know, big blue lights glowing around things. And when they actually did this gameplay, it did seem really set up. Everything was a little bit set up. I know that they were trying to showcase the game But something that does interest me is the people that say, you know, this game's a bit of a scam, because I didn't really see much of this until I looked at a few different YouTube videos, and people were saying that this game, you know, it might not even really come out, and they're just trying to hype it up off of the back of DayZ. But, you know, like I said before, really, I mean, if they're not taking any money off of people, how is it scamming people? I mean, the worst it could do is give people false hope of a game that doesn't come out. And at the end of the day, I mean, they don't have to release the game if they don't want to, you know. It's just a totally optional thing. So until maybe they even start taking pre-orders or whatever, and then obviously a pre-order, if the game doesn't count, I'm sure they would refund the money. I don't know, we'll see. I think it's because the company involved has done some shady tactics. Like I said, they seem to be really hard trying to cover their tracks in terms of, we're not copying DayZ, we were doing it first, and they use tactics that are just things that you could change yourself. There's no actual real solid evidence that this is a new idea, but I suppose maybe they are a little worried about some sort of copyright infringement from DayZ. But, you know, a zombie survival MMO, is that really a unique concept idea that you could patent? I know there's a lot of patent and copyright things going around at the moment, especially with Apple and Samsung and the mobile technologies, and maybe people are a little bit more scared these days that, you know, games are going to have the same thing, because especially... Okay, zombie survival MMO is kind of its own thing, and there's a lot of similar games, but nothing's done it quite like DayZ. So there is that danger that the next game that does it, obviously this game is trying to do it, you know, there is that danger everyone's going to go, it's just a copy, you know, it's trash, it's whatever. But if they come out and say, oh no, it's not a copy, this was its own idea, you know, we're going to do it great, then I don't know. To be honest, I think it's just that they want to seem like they're more reputable, and just that they're doing things the right way and trying to cover their tracks that way. But to be honest, they shouldn't. In my opinion, honesty is going to be the best policy. So, yeah, in general, I don't see this as being a DayZ killer whatsoever, or even a DayZ competitor. I know specifically what I love about DayZ I don't see in this game whatsoever, other than the fact that the concept's the same. But, you know, concept's the same. It doesn't relate to the same game. It's all about execution, and this doesn't look like the execution's that good. But in the same vein as well, I'll try it out. I'll definitely try it out. I'll look forward to more gameplay and see what it's all about. You guys can obviously track it on the website and all that if you want to check it out. But I hope you enjoyed my little look at the video. I thought you guys might want to know what I thought about this, seeing as I do play so much DayZ, and I might look forward to this game as well. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a rating. Always appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys soon.